Sabaidi, welcome. Today I will be cooking Jeow Het, a savory, spicy mushroom sauce. And the mushrooms are the star of the show. I use the mini bellas, which are a button mushroom. I also like to use oyster mushroom. I feel like they give the dish a very meaty flavor and texture. And then I also use the Enoki Mushroom. And I use this one because, again, I just want to add as much texture to this dish as I can. So I love to use a variety of mushrooms, but any mushrooms will do. We'll also be using fish sauce and Padaek, which is a fermented fish sauce. Salt, spring onion, Thai pepper, garlic, and cilantro. A little bit of shallot. This one here is huge. We won't use this whole thing. I start off by prepping the mushrooms. I like to remove any of the really stemmy, hard pieces of the mushroom. So I pop the button bottoms out and I cut the bottoms off both of the oyster mushroom and the Enoki mushroom. Those pieces are just really tough, and they don't make for a great jeow. I then like to separate my Enoki mushroom. Now, always wash your mushrooms very well. I do a triple wash. I let them soak. You can see this water is very dirty. And then I give that a strain, a couple more soaks, and then really rinse them very well. And then I'll set them aside. We'll go ahead and prep our vegetables to roast. That will include our shallot, which we will add to a roasting pan, along with our Thai pepper and our garlic. Once our mushrooms have had a chance to dry a bit, I'll be adding both the mini bellas and the oyster mushroom to a roasting pan. We'll be setting these inside our oven on the top rack on broil, the highest broil setting that you have, for about 20 to 30 minutes. 20 minutes probably for the aromatics, 30 minutes for the mushrooms. Now the other mushrooms, the Enokis, I like to boil those. So that keeps them really soft versus drying out, which is what's going to happen to the mini bellas and the oysters. We'll go ahead and prep our spring onion and give our cilantro a rough chop. Keep an eye on your aromatics and remove them from the oven once they're dark browned and blackened. And we'll go ahead and just assemble those here on the cutting board along with our Enoki mushroom. We want to make sure that we really squeeze the juice out of that mushroom so that it's not soggy. And then our oyster and our button mushroom here are now a bit dried out from that broil process. We're going to give the oyster and button a very fine chop. I like to get that into small to medium pieces. To our mortar, we'll go ahead and add our aromatics with just a little bit of salt. We're going to pound that down to a paste. We'll then add our chopped oyster and button mushroom. Then pound that down to the consistency that you desire. Once there, you will add your Padaek and your fish sauce. All of my ingredients and the amounts can be found in the description below this video. After a quick mix, we can add our spring onion, our Enoki mushroom, and then get that stirred around. I like the Enoki to stay intact, so I don't pound it as much, I just stir it a bit, and then I add my cilantro, and then at this point we're ready to add it to a serving dish. I like to eat this with mackerel. I also like it with Lao sausage and sticky rice. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Please subscribe. Cup chai.